right, you little finger painters, welcome back. Stop eating the crayons and listen. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the new viewers and hit the bell to stay up to date with all of our stuff. And we went out and checked out some Cyrus Teed stuff at the Koreshan State Park.
Went to see good old Cyrus Teed settlement out in Estero, Florida.
And the weird...
I've lived here a long time, man. Never even knew this place existed. Until I started doing some little research on this guy.
Yeah, right? It was pretty cool out there, though, just the way things looked. Our first stop, we went to the art house.
Yeah, the art house was the first stop. Little creepy old building. We met that guy Chris out there. Gave us a little rundown on the good old Cyrus Teed.
I guess like 80% of the population were ladies out there, but they didn't believe in sex.
Yeah.
So... wonder what Cyrus Teed was doing with all those ladies.
Yeah, man, they had some like creepy stuff in that old building.
Yeah. What was weird is like, why'd they have a bust of his hand? And Chris is like, oh yeah, they did it like 3 days after he died, so it's actually a bloated version. I'm like, why do you know this information?
Yeah.
But like, why the hand? Why not like the face, the bust, like what you normally do? Just the hand.
Yeah, and it's all bloated looking. It's weird, man.
Like I said, a lot of weird stuff. He was building the new Jerusalem, apparently is what he called it.
Yeah.
But what was wild, though, was in that art house, like, that's where they had, like, you know, their religious activities. They would do, like, plays.
Yep, Thomas Edison and Ford came down a lot.
So there were, like, big people that were coming out and hanging out in this kind of weird, cultish little settlement. But all in all, it was pretty cool, though. So what was the next...
The Planetary Court was our next stop, which
that was the yellow house.
Yeah, this building was weird, man. I don't know if it's creepy because it's like old from like the late 1800s, early 1900s.
But it definitely had a creepy feel.
It has that creepy feel.
And we weren't able to actually get inside this one because we didn't do the tour.
Yeah, we were like 10 minutes late from doing the tour.
Right. But seriously though, the whole grounds of this is definitely horror movie related.
Oh yeah.
So like maybe we should start a GoFund crowdfunding account.
It almost reminds me of the the Croatoans.
Right.
You know, like American Horror Story did that season on it, like that old settlement type thing, the ones that went missing.
Like what kind of weird
what was going on in good old Cyrus Teed's place? Like his building was really creepy, man. Like,
and I guess they did the elementary school in there too.
Yeah, this is all like information that we were just reading on the boards and stuff, but like we should go back and do the tour and be on time for it this time.
Right, and maybe we'll just do like a whole vlog of the tour.
Yeah, the tour.
We'll just take the tour with us or something. And if not, go out there by yourself and check it out. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is beautiful. It has some cool natured trails. It has kayaking. There's the park you can stay the night at.
Camp and all that stuff, and like... You know, we got a lot of good photos, I think, while we were out there. It was just kind of a cool little spot out there in the middle of nowhere in Estero.
It was interesting, like that concrete structure Mr. Teed had around his house.
Like, what were they building? I read something about it being like
a flower garden
structure deal, and I'm like, I don't know, that's kind of weird. And then right behind his house is where the German dude, doctor... That was like his little doctor thing. And that place was really weird and creepy, just standing around.
I don't trust German doctors, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
even though this is pre-World War II stuff.
But that guy, Chris was telling us that there were a lot of people that escaped Germany during that time and came and actually stayed at the settlement.
I think he said, was it that one where he said the relatives were still alive? Some of them relatives were still alive from this, from this settlement,
right?
Or this,
and then he was saying that
like
one of the reasons why they were so heavily women populated was if a woman was going through a divorce, and back then it wasn't like a very common thing, or being so religious, they didn't really believe in it. So like. When they would get divorced or whatever, they could come and stay there. And they would give them a place to work and food and shelter and stuff like that. So, again, just kind of ahead of its time and super weird place.
Yeah,
but
it is definitely a strange place. Like, we have to do more research on this place, maybe talk to some officials out there.
I think it would be a good documentary. If you guys want to jump aboard, you think this sounds like a good idea, comment down below and let us know what you think.
I think this one's pretty interesting. And then we went and saw the bakery that's supposedly haunted.
Right, we read stuff about that, about it being one of the haunted places in Florida. This whole settlement's supposed to be like one of the most haunted places.
Yeah, I think it was on the top 10.
Yeah, something like that.
Top 10 most haunted sites I think it was, I don't know if it was all of Florida or South Florida. I don't remember, but there have been some stuff that's going on there from the supernatural world.
Yeah, right. So I think we should dig into the documentary.
Yeah,
and what's with all the files that are like not open to the public.
I meant to ask Chris that, and I totally forgot.
Right.
This will be our next one. I'm going to ask him about where's that vault with them 250,000 pages that you're hiding from the public.
What is really going on here?
Yeah.
And then when you went back, like where wasn't the sawmills, but like the machine shops.
Yeah, the blacksmith.
That was crazy back then.
I was in that room filming, and I know like you're gonna hear creepy noises and stuff, but I felt really uneasy, man. I don't know. It's hard to explain. And it was just, you just hear these creaks with all the machines.
It's an old building with old machines, but like just the whole vibe of it was just.
But it was cool, man. They had like all that setup of like the dishes and pots and pans and.
Yeah, right. Right. Oh, over in the cafe spot where I can't remember what it was.
Which is right next to what we're talking about.
Yeah, right. Like that whole little corner was just kind of dark and creepy within itself.
It was pretty cool, man.
But then like the bamboo landing, like where the steps came down.
Oh yeah, was, like, behind his house.
Yeah, like a big boat dock and stuff. Yeah. Like that was pretty cool. Kind of cool looking how they had that set up. And I guess they used to have they used to have water pageants there for their. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thomas Edison came out there a lot and stuff. Apparently, is what it's saying.
Yeah,
but it was pretty cool. Though, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I want to go back there at night and maybe set up a tent on the campgrounds
and go check
Check out what
via night vision
really going on out there, man. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. It's even if it's not like a haunted place or whatever, it's still like an interesting story because it's like history, man. Like this guy came down here. He started a settlement with, I don't know, a few hundred people, I think I read, or something.
No, he brought down like 4,000 people with him. No, I think
crazy. I think that was how many followers were Hollow Earth believers.
No, that's how many people he brought down with him. And the thing is like, I get that it's a settlement, the day and age and all that, but a lot of stuff that I have read and that we noticed while we're out there just kind of, it seems a little cultish.
Yeah.
So like I really am interested in digging into it as a documentary. Not even for the haunting factor, but like how culty was this culty situation?
But was it cultish for that time though?
That's what I'm saying. Is that just what that was in that settlement time? You know what I mean? Or was this like a cult that now the Koreshan State Park is named after something that could be based off more of a cult than anything else, maybe. So that kind of intrigues me.
I think this last settler, I think died in the 60s. I want to say like 61. I think I read
something like that. Well, Chris was talking about that too, around the 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
Wasn't he talking about there's some like still like distant relatives that live in the area?
Yeah.
You know,
that's what he said. Today. I don't know if they're in a stereo,
right?
But he said some are still alive. Yes,
right. So that's just kind of oddly interesting. And, you know, with the things that's locked up, you know, I don't know. Was Thomas Edison into some weird stuff out there?
Yeah.
And, like, you know what I mean?
Like a Freemason thing, too? Like, what was going on?
I know, you know.
Is this like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. What was going on out
there? I don't know. I'm interested in seeing more. So we will be going out there again. We will be going on the tour with the state park officials and see what they got to say.
Yeah, maybe we'll, like, vlog it up or something for you.
Yeah. I think it'll be pretty interesting. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video.
Take her easy, finger painters.